TNTMTheShow presents Comicast 307 with the host,
Pablo Gunner.
And I'm JD. And we are talking nerdy to me, and we are here to talk nerdy to you about the comics for the week of the 11th of October, 2017.
That is right.
And we are also going to talk nerdy to you, because that's kind of what we do here. We got a ton of stuff to talk about, man. I mean, we got the return of the CW shows. We got the Gifted. The Inhumans are still going on.
Well, I finally got caught up on Legends of Tomorrow because I had that on the back burner for a while, and then now they're restarting, so I'm like, oh, I better get on it. I did miss the first episode of Supergirl, so I don't know where I can check that out.
CW app.
You can get that on your Xbox or your PlayStation?
You can just get it on the CW app on your phone and cast it to whatever.
I don't like watching anything on my phone, so that's not going to happen.
And I think you probably do it on the website, too.
Okay.
So you might be able to do it on the website on the PlayStation or the Xbox. So.
Okay. Yeah, or like I think you can go online on the TV too.
Yeah.
Browser. All right, cool. So I'll where there's a will, there's a way. I could just do it on here too, on the laptop.
Inhumans is getting quite compelling, and it's actually getting better.
Yes, it is. Inhumans keeps getting better. It's
a slow roll, but it's nice. Karnak getting him some action. Loving that. Oh yeah.
Like action,
like
or like action.
Action.
Okay, cool. Right on. Sweetness. And he's supposed to be at Santa Fe Comic-Con, right? Triton. He's supposed to be at Santa Fe Comic-Con. I think so.
I've only seen Triton in the first episode.
Oh, you said Karnak, huh?
Yeah, Karnak.
Okay, never mind.
So Triton was only in the first episode. And
so he hasn't showed up since.
Yeah. So it's very unlikely that he'll spoil anything at Santa Fe Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
anyways,
the Gifted is really good.
The Gifted is so solid.
So good.
Yeah, I saw the beginning of the second episode, but then I got interrupted by my job, so I was like, I'm gonna put this on hold.
Episode 3 came out last night. It was really well done. I'm impressed. I think that's about it for television, really, because, I mean...
So Rebels is back.
Yeah, Rebels came back.
The wife recorded the second episode for me. I think I missed the first one, but I think hopefully...
It's two-parter.
I can catch it. Okay.
So it's two-parter. It's the Mandalore thing.
Yeah.
I have yet to watch it myself, which is probably what I'm going to do after I get done here.
Okay, it's cool. Sweetness.
Kick back with a couple of brews and watch some Rebels.
Right on.
Yeah.
Have some Zimas and wine coolers.
Yeah,
sounds like a good time.
Some Boone's Farm.
Yeah.
If you can find it anywhere. I don't even think you can make it anywhere.
I don't know. Absinthe. But
I kind of want to be alive.
Yeah. So,
we got some trailers. Lots of trailers, lots of information. I've been posting stuff as soon as I can find it.
So we talked about Justice League last week, I think, right?
Yeah. And this week with Justice League, the big main theory's got this nice little contest. And during the contest, you can choose what superhero emblem you have. And in that contest wheel of choosing the emblem, we have a Green Lantern emblem.
Okay.
Which we have not seen yet throughout the entire promotion. So
but they mentioned Green Lanterns in the trailer.
They did.
The second one, I think.
Yeah.
And so we know that they're in the universe.
But we're not supposed to know that they're going to be in the movie.
Right.
Because they are not promoting it whatsoever.
Right, they want to keep it on the DL. That's good because we already know Superman's coming back.
Oh yeah, we know Superman's gonna come back with the mullet and the.
I sure hope so. He has the full blown mullet. Otherwise, I'm leaving.
Black suit.
Yeah, I'll love it. So,
the Black Panther trailer. We'll get to that.
What is yours though? Like, who do you think's gonna be the Green
I think's gonna be the Lantern? I prefer Abin Sur. That way they can start from scratch, and then he dies in that movie, and then the ring goes elsewhere. That's what I personally prefer, because then it leaves an open slate. You can choose Guy Gardner. You can choose Jon Stewart. You can choose Hal Jordan. Or it splits in two, and it gets to both Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz. I mean, that's what I want to start out with is one Green Lantern, and then you can move on from there.
I think I want to say your theories are BS, but considering how they've been doing the DC movies, those options are actually completely viable, that they would do something that didn't happen in the comics.
Oh, yes.
So because that's all they've been doing this whole time is, it didn't at all happen that way, but it
It does now.
You know, this started with this guy, ended somewhere with one of these people, right? Yeah. So I'm going with Jon Stewart. I really want to see Jon Stewart. That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
And too bad they can't get Common to play him, because Common would be perfect for Jon Stewart.
I don't think so. I think Idris Elba would be really solid. He's already Heimdall, though, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Idris Elba, yeah.
So I don't think that's going to happen. But I feel like there's a lot of military types out there.
I mean, you could even get Michael Jai White for that, man.
I was going to say Don Cheadle, but he's Iron. He's War Machine.
Iron Patriot, War Machine, whatever.
So, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, maybe not. But who was the guy that was War Machine before he even donned the machine?
Terrence Howard.
That would be really funny if they got Terrence Howard to be Jon Stewart. But I still feel like Terrence Howard didn't have the military presence. Yeah, he didn't have the military presence at all. I think that was the biggest issue with him. But anyways, you got to have somebody that has military presence, and I know there's a few actors, black actors, that have that military presence down.
Like I said,
that aren't too
Michael
old.
Jai White would be great, but he is a little bit on the older side, but he is younger than Ben Affleck.
That is true. I think he would be really good. That would be, and he knows how to fight.
Well, he was in Spawn, and he had that great military presence there.
For sure, he really did. You are 100% correct on that. So yeah, I think he would be pretty solid. But
like I said, the Black
Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner is hilarious, but I don't. He might be what they want, because they want to add humor to the movies. It seems like that's what they want to do, is they want to add humor.
It would be great
and a lightheartedness,
but not for this movie.
I don't know. Considering how they're going, I wouldn't be surprised.
I just hope they don't just skip to Kyle. That would be a letdown.
Yeah, for sure. Because who really
cares about Kyle? Because Kyle was just a replacement for Hal until Hal came back.
So, I mean, he's cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying he's not cool, but Lantern, let's be honest.
Story-wise, he's not
Guy Gardner's better even, I think.
Yeah.
And everyone hates Guy Gardner.
Yeah, and everybody hates him.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways,
I said the Black Panther trailer came out.
Black Panther came out.
I thought it was dope. I thought it was dope because it was just beautiful. I had the hair on the back of my neck just standing up going, zee. I mean, such a good visual experience.
It's awesome. I think it is a little overrated, but there's Marvel and DC are at war.
Oh, yeah.
They are at war, and Marvel
is winning next year regardless.
Is winning the war of trailers, because they go, Justice League put out a trailer. We're going to put out a trailer, and this is going to shut them down. Because when you watch that trailer, you go, this looks better than Justice League. I mean, I get that Justice League has this all-star cast that looks pretty awesome.
Very ensemble cast.
Yeah. Right, this ensemble cast. But, I mean, they have an ensemble cast, too. I mean,
Michael B. Jordan.
Danae Guerrera, I think her name is. Yeah. She's from Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And then they have plenty of other people.
You have, what's the guy for Claw?
Snoke.
Yeah. Gosh.
You have Caesar. How many more can we do? Gollum. So we know who he is. Okay,
yeah,
and he's a phenomenal.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
He's a phenomenal actor, voice actor, and you see the claw do its thing.
Yes.
You see the sonic, blast.
It's like a miner. It's like a mining tool.
Yeah, it looks cool as heck, like that blast. The other one is Michael B. Jordan. They introduce his character as I think maybe the main nemesis, but I'm not sure.
He's
or
not
like the side. I thought he was, though.
No, he is not Mayonnaise. He is somebody else.
Okay.
So I'm just going to leave it at that because my lore on Black Panther is very poor. I know very little about Black Panther.
I thought that's who he was. So they're not.
He is not Mayonnaise. He's Killmonger.
Okay. But anyways, regardless, you saw that part of it.
Yeah. And I mean, like you said earlier, Kanye can step in here for a change and say, "Hey, Black Panther, you had a great trailer and all, but Star Wars got it best. Sit back and hold that beer because Star Wars whooped your ass. Because I mean, that was an amazing Last Jedi trailer.
This is the Jedi trailer came before.
Oh yeah.
So it's slightly different. In fact, what happened is it was Jedi, Justice League,
and then
Black Panther. So, but it was very interesting because tickets went on sale, and even me, I was like, okay, I haven't seen another trailer, so whatever. They dropped the trailer. You cannot find a ticket now.
Yep.
And that's because that trailer,
it blew up. I mean, it was phenomenal.
It looks sick. Like,
it is very deceptive.
So deceptive.
Very
yes.
deceptive.
Yeah, absolutely. From beginning to end, it is very deceptive. You cannot even trust you can't trust your eyes, you can't trust your ears, because the things that are said in that could be said to Kylo or Rey. Almost everything. There's certain things though where you know that Luke is specifically saying it to Rey, but not everything.
There is one detail in the movie about Rey that can help you plot a timeline in the entire film.
And that's a whole other thing too, because you see Kylo Ren multiple times throughout the film, and his scar looks different every single time that you see him. And sometimes he has a mask, and sometimes he doesn't have a mask.
In my wholehearted thing, without being able to spoil too much, keep an eye on Rey's face and head right around here throughout the trailer, and you'll be able to plot a timeline throughout the entire film. That's the best thing I can tell you without spoiling too much.
So, but yeah, they do. It's especially that ending that is meant to
misdirect.
Yeah, misdirect a lot. And I feel like there's no way that she's actually.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, if you look at her face in that final shot, she's got half of a light going on, which can be done by a campfire, which is what I assume is being done because there's a campfire by the Falcon on Arc 2. Okay, you look at Kylo. He's got all this light around him and embers in the background and stuff. So he's in a burning...
Right. They're in completely different locales. Yeah.
And it's cut that way to go, I need someone to show me my place. And Kylo's like, yeah, that's not the same scene. Don't be fooled.
But the way that especially the way that the last movie went, seems like perfect setup for this.
Yes.
And
I can teach you.
So, and then it looks like there's moments where Rey is controlled by Snoke, possibly. We don't know because you don't actually
it could be a vision.
See them in the same shot. Yeah, it could be a vision. I mean, for all you know, she's actually going to the general and saying, teach me. Because really, from what we've seen, is the Skywalker men suck, and the women know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They have the Force under control. Like you never see
Leia
didn't go dark.
Yeah,
you know, I feel like she's kept a good balance. You know,
see, her father died, her planet blew up. She lost her husband, she lost her son, and she's fighting a war. Yet she's still in control of her emotions, is not killing everybody.
Right.
Yeah. What else we got?
So yeah, that was the stormtrooper stuff, the First Order stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, with Finn, like that fight between
with
him
Finn,
and Phasma looks
and he's got that riot
sick.
baton still. It's modified. If you look at it, it's different from the previous one we saw. So
yeah,
we got some new technology here.
It looks awesome. Like it looks like he infiltrates them somehow, even though you would think they would all have like a APB, of his face.
Exactly. And then they scan everybody.
But
it is the future with higher technology.
But once again, that could also be messing with us to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's there and he fights Phasma, and that looks pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
So that looks epic. I can't wait to go to that and see that. So
I'll probably see it sometime opening weekend.
Yeah, I'll probably wait until my days off, just because I know it's going to be nearly impossible to get in. Even though I want to go to opening night just to do Star Wars trivia, some nerd on the street, Yeah. Except the nerds are all there, so they'll get them all right.
Nerds in the theater.
Yeah. But so yeah.
Anything else we got to talk about? I mean,
just people complaining about Cuphead. There's a lot of that going on.
How he's got like yellow gloves and white gloves.
At certain parts,
whatever.
And how it's also a play on Disney because at certain points he's got
white gloves and yellow gloves.
Yeah.
White shoes, brown shoes, yellow shoes.
Oh yeah. I saw another one of those things on the internet, and I was like, oh my god, please do not start that up again.
The Fractured Butthole came out today.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, Assassin's Creed's coming out soon. There's a lot of Shadow of War that came out. I've heard all these games right now. This is the season of games, and it's very difficult to go. Which one do I get?
Yeah.
And because only one of them can take your time.
I know that PlayStation's got this big sale for horror games right now. So basically all the Resident Evil games are on sale right now.
All I know is that we have something going on with something that I just spaced.
Something going on with something that you just spaced.
Yeah. Exactly. So we don't have a lot of books this week.
Not really.
We don't.
We got some good books though.
And unfortunately, I have to say that I forgot my Marvel comics in the vehicle that my wife took to work. So I am not going to be giving away that many digital comic codes here tonight, unfortunately. Which I don't think we have any live viewers, so that shouldn't be a problem, anyways.
Yeah, this is a new night.
But
watching the Flash right now.
I'll give them away, another time. So,
but we still will review them. So
yeah, we're still gonna review them, and I'll give as many codes away as I can. In fact, one of the books that I missed last week so I'll give the code away for that one.
Okay.
Avengers.
All right.
Cool.
So we're going to review some comics here. First off, spoiler warning. Spoiler. Yes.
Spoiler alert.
And we need a sign that says spoiler, or like right here. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
We have our own grading scale of buy, skim, pass. Variations on buy and skim: strong buy, weak buy, strong skim, weak skim, and of course, pass means just pass it. Just don't even waste your money. And then we have contenders and runners up for our best book of the week, which is the B-Bow, the back and bag of the week. And we'll probably be doing most of our spoilers on that issue.
Yeah, we get overhyped.
And since this is like the Oscars without the abuse, we're going to just have a timer.
Yes.
And it's 2 minutes if it's both of us, 1 minute if it's one of us.
Okay.
I don't know if that joke was in poor taste, but Hollywood show business is abusive.
We'll find out later.
Yeah, somebody will fuss at me.
So probably not. Probably not.
So other than that, before we get into comics, I kind of want to say, hey, California, hope you're doing good, because there's a lot of fires going on there, a lot of disasters going on there. I mean, I got some acquaintances of mine that are being affected by these fires. There's not too much that I can do except for, and I'm thinking about you guys, and I hope everything is well with us. Just stay strong, okay? Anything else? Anything else?
That's it, I think, right?
All right. Well, here's the tone for this.
Here's the tone.
Yeah. Yeah, we're totally going to get busted on copyright for that.
Probably, I'm sure.
Who cares? We're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy it.
Phone issues, and that can't get old tones back.
Yeah.
So that's what we got to deal with. That's what it is. That means when that goes off, it's time to wrap it up. Give our grade. So.
All right. What are we starting with today?
We're going to start with, there's something else I forgot.
What'd you forget?
But anyways, I'm Falcon. I got Falcon.
Falcon, okay.
I got a lenticular cover actually, and these lenticular covers are awful. The DC ones are way better.
Here's the non-lenticular cover.
Yeah, it's way better, and so it's actually it says Invincible Iron Man number 71, and then it transforms to Falcon number 1, and so but.
I think that's a misprint, man.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Because I think Falcon was only introduced in the Captain America comics and not in the Iron Man comics.
No, he wasn't. They're lenticular because they're copying the old
cover. So it's an homage to that cover.
It's an homage, yes.
Okay.
It's an homage to that cover. And so that I didn't get that. I thought that it was supposed to be
a dual.
Hey, this is Legacy now. So Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, we have writer is Rodney Barnes, artist Joshua Casara, color artist Rochelle Rosenberg,
and Joe Caramanja is the letterer. Can't forget about those beautiful letters, man.
You can't. So yeah, we have this guy, and he's back with the Wings.
Classic.
And now his sidekick, or not really sidekick, but he's training.
His guy in the chair.
The Patriot. He's training a
and
Patriot.
You see the computer? It's a pear, not an apple. It's a pear.
I like it. I thought that was the Iron Man symbol that he wears on his chest. So, but anyways, yeah. So it's interesting because it looks like his outfit is like his old Captain America outfit, but he has a different shield. It's interesting. Anyway, so he's in Chicago and he's trying to unite or do like some truce against these two
gangs.
Two gangs, yeah, the Latino gang and the African American gang. We'll say that because it's in America. Yeah,
they're Americans.
So that's what goes down, and so each one goes to each side and they try to talk it and they set a thing up. The mayor doesn't really want to do something. Something's odd about him though, because he has this weird like key on his tie.
Yeah.
And then interestingly enough, one of the
gang
member, yeah, he has a similar key on his wrist, I think, and that allows him to do what he wants at this meeting that they do publicly. And then the revelation.
The revelation of a very supernatural character, the son of Mephisto.
So
let's just leave it at that, because then people who know their lore will find out who we're talking about anyway.
Right, and once again, we have the intro as the outro.
Yeah.
Which the intro to this character doesn't make sense. I honestly I just don't like the idea that he's not really wearing the same colors. Oh.
Wow, it's not working.
Yeah, that's an iPhone 8 for you.
That's not impressive.
So yeah, it's interesting. I don't think it really necessarily has its footing yet. Obviously, it's an issue 1. I do think it's a newer writer, at least to big mainstream comics, as far as I know. Call me out if I'm wrong, but I've never heard of him. And yeah, but I like Falcon. This kid, the Patriot sounds interesting, and I'm willing to give it. It's not bad, so I'll probably give it at least a first arc, but we'll see what the second issue from there.
Especially with the son of Mephisto. I mean, I always enjoy seeing the son of Mephisto.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he shakes things up, makes things up.
I just don't know if he's the right fit for this book.
I think he's a little too supernatural for this book, but it makes a lot of sense for what's going on.
We'll see. Yeah. Right. So here's a digital code if you want to check it out. Grade?
Oh, it's I gave it a buy because, I mean, again, it's not perfect. It's not a strong buy. It does have a lot of work to go through. It is a new team. I'll give it a shot, but it's currently a buy.
Yeah, I completely agree. So here's a digital code: F for Familia, C for Carlos, M for Marcos, U for Uganda, W for Huerita, 0, A for Alamos, T for Tomas, I for Ignacio, F for Familia, W for Huerita, U for Uganda.
Next up, we have some metal. Metal. Are you metal?
Metal, yes.
Number 3. Dude, what cover did you get, man?
Number 3. I don't know.
I got this cover here.
Oh, that one's sick.
And then there's this other cover here. That's beast right there.
I think the one you got is the best, though. It looks like the Galapion one, or Capullo. I'm not sure.
And you have just basically all the Batmen, the dark Batmen.
The dark, yeah, the metal,
the negative,
the metal men, I think. So yeah, this is Dark Knight's Metal number 3. It's $3.99.
Look at that Deathstroke variant.
For the creative team, we have
Scott Snyder is the writer. Greg Capullo is the artist. Jonathan Galapion is probably the colorist, and Placencia is the letterer. because there's no credits page.
Are you sure? I don't think that's.
Yeah.
I don't think. I know Placencia is not a.
That's what it says.
Not a that. I know, but he's not a. He's not a letterer. Anyways, yeah. So we have this interesting scene where it is Damien and
John
and Jono, yeah, and Jonathan, and they are rocking out for their families. It's cute. I didn't know it was them at first.
Yeah, because they're really punkish.
Right, yeah, they look pretty metal. And then something comes out of that. It's
Batman.
Comes out of Batman that is very, very metal. Like this Reaper, which is the cover that you have, I believe.
Yeah.
This like grim Batman Reaper. It's freaking sick. And then of course the
Barbados and
Cabal rolls in.
Yeah.
And you know, it's crazy because you don't know like what's dream, what's vision, what's real. So it's really mind-blowing. It's showing him his worst fears. Here we go. DC Comics event, Scott Sledgehammer Snyder. Yeah. Greg Chaos Bringer Capullo, Jonathan Grim Reaper Glapion, FCO Overkill Placencia, and then Steve Word Warlock Wands. He's the letter.
Wands the letter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways, but yeah, so we continue. I love it every time we see.
The Doomsday Batman is beast, man.
Oh, he is sick. Well, I don't think he actually is. Is he?
Yeah, that's Batman with the Doomsday virus in him. We'll get his solo issue soon, but you know, with his origin and stuff. But that is Batman with the Doomsday virus.
So Flash, along with the help of Dr. Fate, which has been rescuing these people from them,
grabs soups and runs and bolts.
Oh, I love this freaking Nightwing, dude. Like he just looks so sick.
War torn, man.
For sure. And we have Steel, we have Aquaman, we have Mr. Terrific.
You got Green Arrow.
They're explaining what's going on. Even Deathstroke is there. It's just all kinds of craziness and awesomeness.
Chimp. Don't forget about Detective Chimp.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Detective Chimp is probably going to be a big part of this.
Essential for sure. But they do find them, and then they are now on the run to different places because now they know Nth Metal is
the key.
Is the key to taking them down and defeating them. But now we also know too that Nightwing and Robin have gotten clues. Mm-hmm. Some music has been playing to them. And that is a key part of this. And it's playing to Superman as well. But Superman thinks it's the key to saving Batman.
Because it's his code, is what he thinks.
Right.
He thinks it's Batman's
Nightwing
code.
And Robin go,
No,
we're going to find these things. This is what we're going to do. This is not the way to save him. We need to stay away. But of course,
Superman, being the big blue Boy Scout himself, he's like, man, I'm going to go see my friend. I'm going to see my bestie. I'm going to go to this negative universe and save my bestie.
And that's something that I love about this story is that they're flipping it on its head, where the overconfidence of the two biggest protagonists of the two big names, Batman, Superman, they're essentially their own worst enemy. And I love the idea of that. And so now we have people who are like the predecessors are holding the reins right now. Mm-hmm. The sons,
pretty much
of these men have to go forward with these plans. Yeah. It's really awesome.
I'm not going to spoil the ending unless this is the B-Vow, which it may be because it's a strong bias contender for me. But this is a great book. This is a really good series. I'm impressed. I love it.
And how it plays into music. That's another thing, how it plays into
how the code is musical.
Metal.
It's metal.
So, yeah, strong buy and contender without a doubt. Cool. Now, this next book it didn't come out this week, but it was late. So, this is when I could find it. It's pack list number 5. It's Dustin Weaver's pack list number 5. $5.99. It's extra sized because I think it's gonna be a while before they put another one out. So oh man, I love this. So there's this noir story going on, but every once in a while something happens and it flashes to this lady who's hooked up to this like cybernetic machine or whatever. Like she's hooked up to this machine. And so you're like, okay, is the machine having a dream, or is she having the machine of the dream? And it's this detective. She has an accent. I think she's from like Peru or something like that. And she's helping figure out there's this serial killer that's on the loose and is killing people who have illnesses. So they're like, well, it has to be a doctor or something like that would know that these people have illnesses. They go and check out some of the doctors and stuff like that. And then this lady, she finds out who this person is, or not who the person is, but they're dressed as and everything like that. So, and she chases them down, turns around the corner, and that's it. Okay, that's it. We won't know until the next one. But then it continues the other Amnesia cycle stuff, which is just freaking awesome and crazy, and we're getting more of that, and it's just I love the part at the end where he says that I used to have a lot of dreams where I would play, where I would have. He's like, I used to, where he was the detective story. He said he used to have a dream about that all the time. So what he started doing is he would wake up
and write them down,
and he would like draw them or write them down.
Okay.
Yeah. And so boom. And now here we have it. So now I'm like, now this inspires me to do the same, because I have some wild dreams that are just like brilliant. And I'm like, I'm just going to start writing these into stories.
Yeah.
And then hopefully they'll become something someday,
Maybe you'll animate them into a little cartoon or throw a comic out.
But yeah, this is gold, of course, obviously, because it didn't come out this week. It can't be Bebow, but it is definitely a strong buy.
And it would have been a contender.
It definitely would have been a contender, yeah.
All right. Next up, I have The Amazing Spider-Man number 789. This is written by Dan Slott. Stuart
Immonen.
Yeah, Immonen is the penciler. Wade von Grawbadger is the inker. And Mark De Garcia is the colorist. And Joe Caramagna is the letterer. And we have Mockingbird is letting Peter kind of crash on her couch. Because, of course, Peter's broke and whatnot. So he's all depressed and stuff. And she's like, yeah, let's just go out and have fun. Liz Allen and Harry Osborn are getting back together, which is nice because they are, they were once married. We have Peter confronting Joe about the article he's writing in, the Bugle, and he does slip, information to help out the people writing tech articles, whatnot, as a consultant, more or less. But yeah, everybody's all upset with Parker because he lost the industry. I mean, he's lost thousands of jobs. I mean, people are upset. Their watches, their Parker gear, spider webwear is all gone because it's discontinued now. But yeah, Bobby and Spider-Man kind of go out and have fun. They get with the Griffin, and yeah, they end up beating the Griffin and getting a little cozy at the end.
Ooh,
oh yeah,
nice.
So I think it's compelling. It's a good arc to start this new legacy thing going on. I like it so far, so I'll give it a strong-minded contender because I like the art. I like the way the story's going. I like the interaction between Bobby Morse and Peter Parker, and then Mockingbird and Spider-Man. Great chemistry there. It works. So yeah, again, strong by contender.
Righteous. Now I have The Dying and the Dead, number 6. It is $3.99. Jonathan Hickman is the writer. Ryan Bodenheim is the artist. Michael Garland is colors. Russ Wooten as letters. And they kind of do a little recap in this, just visually, of what's been going on, of like how the Axis powers, what happened, like the Japanese leader killed Hitler and killed Stalin, I think, right? And then as well as this team that's been doing these jobs together. And then it goes forward of the Japanese leader, and they're like, okay, we have this deal with these people that like can give you eternal life, essentially. And so as he is the emperor and he's considered God in his country, of course he wants to go forward with this. And all they have to do is deliver them something. But instead it is this team to steal this thing from the emperor and just deliver it to them. And it's so awesome because these people go, there can be dogs. There can be a pack of dogs. And that pack of dogs, the alpha, will always be obedient to its master.
Yes.
Because it knows its place. But the problem is sometimes they don't.
We're frozen.
Know their place.
Don't know their place. So let me do this. So when we come back up and there we go, we're back. It's like we never left.
So the problem is this emperor is essentially the dog that doesn't know its place.
Yeah.
But these soldiers are. So they're gonna do this job.
Get her done.
Get her done.
What do you grade it?
Oh, dude, it's brilliant. It's a strong buy and it's a contender. But I did officially switch to trade because I know it'll read better in trade, but it is phenomenal. So you can't contend with it either way, but I know it's better in trade. Okay?
Alrighty.
Defenders?
You got some defenders.
Let's do it. Defenders.
He's number 6.
Brian Michael Bendis is the writer.
Then David Marquez is the artist. Justin Ponzer or Justino Ponzer is the artist. Justino, yeah.
All right.
Corey Petit is the letterer. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
Let's rock and roll. So this one, you find out that our buddy Diamondback is jacked up on IGH, inhuman growth hormone. Yep. That's what he's been juicing on. And somebody has been supplying him.
Yep,
He
just capped Black Cat.
And but she is resilient, and so she straight up attacks him with the defenders. The defenders all finally have joined up together as a team and are all attacking him all at once. Finally, this time.
Took long enough.
And and so they're whooping his butt. But even though they beat him up, they're like, oh, well, he escaped because he didn't get due process before. And he escaped because the Punisher was on a rampage. So it's because of this. Well, so he had a top-notch lawyer. Well, he had a top-notch lawyer because
somebody paid that top-notch
somebody's lawyer. Hooking him up. And you find out who's been hooking him up.
Is it the Fat Man?
In this issue.
Is it the Fat Man?
So it is awesome. They also do a intro and for the outro,
which is lame.
They're good, but they don't belong there.
The book.
They don't belong there, fools. So
what'd you give it?
Come on,
strong by contender.
You know it, no doubt. So. Now, I also have The Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows.
Number
12. I asked Matt at Age of Comics, I said, how is this book? Because I want to get into more Spider-Man, but I can't stand Slott. What can I do? He said, hey, man, it reads like old Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But it's moving forward. He's not stuck in the past. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll check this out. But here's the problem. It is a part 2. It's The Curse of the Green Goblin part 2. Ryan Stegman is the writer. Brian Level is the artist. Jesus Abertov is the colorist. Joe Caramagna as the letterer. Yeah, we have this giant robot goblin is attacking Spider-Man and attacking the X-Men. And so it takes the powers of the X-Men because they're attacking it. And he even says, like, no, you guys leave because it's stealing your powers and stuff. Mary Jane shows up. She has the symbiote. That's freaking awesome. And then the little girl of their kid also joins in the fray, which makes friends with Normie, which is
Norman Osborn, or Harry's son.
Harry's son, which looks just like Norman Osborn, but little. It's so adorable. And so they find a way to stop this thing. It's actually really great. And essentially this story is about, is it Anne May Parker?
Anna May.
Anna May Parker, how it was her first, like, big, she's like, this is how I knew, not because I had powers, but just because, she stopped this because of her relationship, her friendship with Normie and everything like that. So it turned out to be really great. In the end, it does get back to their time, and they give her own costume. Mary Jane has. They each have their own costume. Well, Spidey has his classic pretty much. Mary Jane has like a white and red, and then Anna May has a blue and black
with a domino mask.
With a domino mask, it's very different. I like it. It's very interesting. I'm gonna keep reading this because it does seem different. It does seem like, hey, we're moving forward and we're not stuck in the past.
Yeah,
I
mean, all in all, when I do read this book, it is consistently pretty good. I mean, I just normally read it after the fact because I don't normally find it.
Yeah.
Or don't have time to read it. But it's always a great read, and it's always something different. So, hey, if you like classic Spidey, this is what you need to pick up.
Yeah, but you want it new at the same time.
New.
So, strong buy. I feel like, especially because I missed the previous issue, I didn't feel like I needed it at all.
No.
There were certain points that I was lost, but that's going to happen because this is a part 2.
Part 2, yeah.
And considering all things considered, it's really hard to complain. So I give it a strong buy and a contender.
All right. And I probably would have given it the same if I had read it, but I didn't read it. So here's the digital code. Read it for yourself. Let us know what you think, and tell Pablo why he's right, because he's right on this. F for Fantastic. C for Chameleon. M for Mary. S for Spider. Q for Quentin. U for Umbrella. F for Fantastic. X for Xavier. E for
Electro.
Electro, yeah, excellent. Electro. X for Xavier. T for I'm trying to run through the rogues. Thinker.
Yeah.
The Tinker. That's what it is. And the number 8.
Cool.
All right.
And I believe it's time for a commercial break. I want to talk about one of our sponsor for this weekend.
Yes.
Coming up.
Santa Fe Comic-Con.
Santa Fe Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Where it's fantastic.
It's basically the last con of the year. I mean, that's what it really comes down to.
In
Albuquerque.
In Albuquerque.
Well,
in New Mexico.
New Mexico area.
In New Mexico area, yeah, for sure. So
and it's gonna be a blast for everybody.
October 20th through 22nd. Yep. We have Friday's preview night. Hopefully some of the guests will be there, so we can interview them.
Be nice.
We have Kane. We have Lita. So
Kane is no longer coming.
What?
Kane is no longer coming due to unforeseen circumstances. We are now getting Booker T.
Oh, so they swapped him out.
Yes.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Yep.
5-time champion.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Cool. That's fine. And then we also have
the duo of Amy Jo Johnson and Jason David Frank.
Yes.
We have the duo of some voice actors from Five Nights at Freddy's, which I don't know who they are, but I've never played Five Nights at Freddy's, to tell you the truth.
I haven't either.
My kids like it, but
yeah, I've heard.
But they're too young to even play it. So
the Bulk and Skull are supposed to be there.
Bulk and Skull.
Bulk and Skull. Yeah, it's gonna be a blast, man. I just want to talk to everyone, all the guests, all the people. I want to do trivia with people. I want to give away comics to people.
I want to
give away snacks, Japanese snacks to people.
On Saturday, you should go around and ask every cosplayer what is one thing a cosplayer should say. What is one thing a cosplayer would say? Things a cosplayer would say.
Things a cosplayer would say.
That would be very, very interesting, because that can go to some wild and wacky places.
I'll try to remember that.
Things a cosplayer will say.
So yeah, for sure. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna coin in on, that fun out at Buffalo Thunder.
Buffalo Thunder Casino.
Yes. It is Santa Fe's playground.
Yeah, Santa Fe's place to play.
It is a beautiful place.
Dude,
like
we
it
were there
really
last year.
is.
It's so nice.
Like my wife and I just walked around like a few months ago over there. We went like I think for our anniversary. We just walked around in the area, and it is gorgeous up there. Like the scenery, the hotel, like the resort, like the whole thing is just pure magnificence. I know cosplayers that just went up there just
for photos,
just for to take photo shoots up there because they're like, it's far out, but the hotels are really nice. Like there's another thing, they're really nice rooms up there. So it's just great. The food is good too.
Oh yeah, dude, we had some great food last year.
We had some fantastic food,
especially the dessert, man.
Oh, it was heavenly. It was heavenly. So the banana split was so
thanks,
good.
Glenn. Appreciate it.
Yeah. He had like some monstrous ribs. So yeah, it was crazy. So delicious food. Everything about it was just so much fun. Talking to people. We had so many fun moments. Like I feel like we got the most content out of that con, and there's so much space too.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so much open space, free space for like activities.
To walk around, to see people.
There's plenty of space to walk around and get around over there. I was super surprised by that because it's like, oh, this is going to be small. This is,
their convention area is
they have
actually
2
nice
showrooms.
Yep.
For like the
interviews,
the vendors, and stuff. And then they have multiple rooms, for panels, multiple ones. And then of course they have just this giant monstrous hallway where all the guests are.
I can't remember if they had a cosplay relief room or not. I want to say they did, but
I want to say they did, but I don't remember where it was.
Yeah, I want to say it was off to the north side, if I'm not mistaken. It was in the side hallway. I remember that.
Yeah. So yeah, because it was like near where like the bathrooms are and stuff. Yeah, in that like little hallway and stuff. And even in that little hallway, there's plenty of space to interview people, and we were not blocking anyway or anything.
Yeah, we had a great interview with the monkey, the ninja monkey.
Oh yeah, that's what he goes by, and stuff. Yeah, there's so many good ones. I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna have a blast the whole weekend. Tone Bone's going. I'm going. Hopefully I can get this guy to go at least for a few hours one of the days. Hopefully I can also get Slave G to go for a few hours, maybe on Sunday after church.
We'll see.
So yeah, we'll see. But if not, you will see me. I want to try to do Roy Harper. Like I want to do like a comic book version of Roy Harper, where it's like, the red vest type, like sleeveless with the backwards hat, or sometimes he wears it frontwards. I want to be the guy that's like wears it frontwards, and then when you're getting down to business, that's when you turn it backwards. But you can't have any bows and arrows. But I'm gonna see if I can take my my duty belt, my utility belt, because he does have one of those, and stuff, and then have some skinny, some leggings or red leggings or something, whatever I can do, whatever I can whip up for it, and see if I can find my red cheesy domino mask that I cut out. And then I'm also gonna do a casual white Power Ranger, and I'm gonna see if there's enough white Power, because I bet there's gonna be a lot of Power Rangers there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to get a Power Ranger music video made and done. Like no singing or anything, but just like people doing some fun like dance karate moves, and that's what we're gonna do. And I'll see if I can get a big group of us to do it, in one big shot, as well as singles too, just for fun, just for funsies, just because.
Yeah, maybe if you can get one of the two or both the Power Rangers to get
in on it, make a cameo at the end.
Yeah. With their cell phones.
Right? Yeah, that would be really funny. But it would be cool to actually get them to participate in it more than that. But yeah, get them to do a little dance.
Be nice. We'll see.
But we'll see. And I of course want to interview, like I said, just as many people and guests. Period. Yeah, just all around. And just have fun and give away stuff, and everything like that. Just making connection with people.
Again, this weekend, October the 20th through the 22nd.
Yeah. Santa Fe Comic-Con, Buffalo Thunder Resort and Casino. be there or be
not nerdy.
Square. Yeah.
Be circular.
Be lame.
Be circular.
Be spherical.
Yep. All right, so back to the comics.
You want to start with some all-new Wolverine?
Right here? Isn't that?
Is this it? Yeah, this is Wolverine right here, actually. I couldn't tell because it
lenticular
has
cover.
the Hulk versus the Thing on the cover, but it actually is all-new Wolverine, and it is...
There's the non-lenticular.
I like that one better. And it is Daken versus Daken?
Daken.
Daken.
Daken versus Laura.
Daken versus Laura Kinney. We have writer is Tom Taylor, Juan Cabal as the artist, Nolan Woodard, color artist,
Corey Petit.
Yes.
Corey Petit.
That's it. You hit it right on the tit.
Oh man! All right.
So we see a little blade. We see a blade here. There's that. Then we have
basically where Wolverine had that blade made so he could kill pretty much anybody.
Then we have Daken, and some people are like, "Oh, hey, good job, saving those people." And he's like, "Whatever." Turns out they're fake. They're orphans of X, which is weird to be calling themselves the orphan of X, but yet they wear the mask of the X-Men.
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense to me. Then we have Gabby, and she's like, I need my own code name. And that was pretty funny.
It doesn't really strike fear in anybody, Gabby.
And I like her little Wolverine hoodie because it looks just like the Wolverine hoodies that exist. That they're like
she's got the cowl on her chest. You see that? The cowl's on her chest.
Yeah.
It's dope,
and
man.
then you have Warren Worthington, and he's flying Laura Kinney, which is interesting because the younger version of him had an interest in her.
Yeah.
But not that one. And I like this one a lot because it retold her origin story 100%. Because there's certain things that I know about her, but there's gaps too. There's certain things that I didn't know, and they fulfilled every single thing in here about her. And so...
And instead of finding Daken, we find another surprise guest.
And I felt like this intro outro actually worked better. I think this is the only one that I feel worked really well as an outro to it, because this is like a new arc. And I don't know. It just worked this way. I think it probably could have worked at the beginning too, but. I actually like her in the yellow and blue outfit myself because it's lighter, and it's just, I don't know. I like the color.
That was pretty good.
To me, this sends a sense of like darkness, but maybe that's what they're going for. It does seem pretty dark, this story arc.
So what you grade it? Strong by contender like I did?
Yeah.
Strong by contender.
For sure. Here's a digital code. F for Famicom, C for Cabron. Contra works
if
better.
you're going for games, just go with games, man.
M for Mega Man.
Yep.
M for Mega Man 1. P for Pinball.
Or Paperboy.
Yes. K for Kill.
Was it Crazy Alex?
I don't know.
Killer Instinct?
Killer Instinct. That's great. W for Wesker. I'm going to say Wesker. Not a game, but hey, he's in it.
Wow.
Z for...
I can't think of anything with Z right now.
Zack Attack. I don't know.
There you go.
S for Superman.
Yeah.
I know that's a game. E for Echo. And E for Echo.
I remember Echo the Dolphin, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a horrible game. Still, it's a game.
There's people out there that love Dolphins that love that game, all right?
It just didn't feel right. Anyway, we got somehow Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps next.
Yes, it's number 30.
Written by Robert Venditti. Artist was Patrick Zircher, whatever. Jason Wright is the colorist, and Dave Sharp is the letterer. And this is a weird one.
They all want to go to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
all the Earth boys want to go to Earth, and they end up choosing
Hal
to go to Earth. So he has to talk with Superman about like, hey, here's this ring that I trapped Parallax in, and he's like,
how'd you do that? It's Sinister's ring. Oh, I trapped Parallax in it, and yeah, just be certain I trapped Parallax in it. And then when Hal grabs the ring, he gets whammied.
Yeah, by a Sinestro Superman, or not Sinestro Superman,
a Parallax Superman.
Parallax Superman. But we already saw him, defeat it. So it's a little confusing, but there is somebody else that is actually doing this to his mind.
Yeah.
So it is somewhat of a ruse, and then you find out who
and then it
is
makes
calling
sense.
him. Yeah, for his assistance. So the leader. No,
but the fight between Hal and Soups was just beast.
That was pretty awesome.
Oh man,
that was pretty cool. It's just kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah, did we just do this?
Yeah, but with Sinestro,
yeah,
it was
really
interesting. So, but it was still cool. I still liked it, and I want to see where it goes, especially with,
especially with the leader.
That big-headed freak. So,
freak.
I want to
give it a strong buy, but not a contender.
You heard it.
I mean,
there it is.
It's a great book, but it's missing something.
Yeah.
And it's also retreading ground that we've already seen.
Like very recently.
So next up, we got some Weapon X number 9. Did you catch this?
I think so.
So our credits are Greg Pak and Fred Lente are the writers. Mark Brostall is and Ingram Robertson is the artist, or are the artists. Frank Diamata is the colorist, and Joe Caramagna is also the letterer for this. And last issue we had Laura Kinney kind of jumping in and ganking Sabretooth. I mean, she just whoops up on him and makes him feel like a little punk. And she just trash talks him and everything. And then, Warpath trash talks him too. It's like, man, if you did the same thing with me, I'd beat you up. So we have the lady going and talking to Hulkverine, and she, convinces him to side with her, I guess. She kind of just whispers something into him. And
right, so I think she has like code phrases.
Yeah, like, brainwashing stuff. And he goes through and wrecks all these robots, including Stryker. And who, we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, he wrecks all these Weapon X robots, and he wrecks the Stryker and his command base, and then takes off with her. I mean, it is just beautiful. And yeah, at the end of it all, the team arrives, and they're like, we kind of missed him by like a minute. And somebody's in the hole going, help! Help! It's brutal. And we find that it is Stryker, and he is also a robot.
Yeah, you find out. Yeah.
I mean, spoiler, of course, but wow. I didn't see that one coming, man. I didn't see it at all. Did you read it?
Yeah.
So what did you think of it?
Awesome.
What did you think about it?
My favorite part was just like how Laura kept on punking Sabretooth like constantly, like bad. Like she was wrecking him. And it was like he could not do anything about it because it was just like he can't compete with that.
No.
So I love how he was beating up on the old man, Wolverine, the old man Logan, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm the boss, or whatever. But then she shows up.
And she's the boss.
And then she's the alpha now because she's wrecking him. And everyone just follows her lead.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty sweet. So, yeah.
No complaints from
me.
That
was my favorite.
Alrighty. I gave it a strong buy and a contender. I thought it was really good.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was freaking cool.
Yeah.
It was some good twists and turns, too.
Yes.
I like that.
All right. Next up, we got The Flash. Welcome to Iron Heights. What number is it?
32.
Joshua Williamson is the writer. Christian Doucet is the artist. Ivan Placencia is the colorist. And Steve Wands is the letterer.
Cool. I love this because it starts with Flash, and he's talking about how Kid Flash is helping him with his powers.
Yeah. Teach him how to harness the negative Speed Force energy.
And they also go into some past stuff as well, which is, hey, we learned this thing with other speedsters is that you could kind of like coast off of their powers, sort of, or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And which goes back to the ending part too. But yeah, then you actually have him going to work.
Yep.
To Iron Heights, and you have this hardcore warden who just like lets these guys duke it out for a little bit. I feel like, hey, that's safe, that's fair, you know.
Yeah.
And then they send in his little
drones,
his the pipeline, as he calls them, to deal with these guys, and he's like, yeah, I make them wear their costumes so they don't forget
who they are.
Yeah, who they are. Like, they're dirtbags all the way through. And then you get some story of this, like, snake lady which I remember she was from the last issue, but I couldn't remember very well. So I was like, I don't know. It was just not. It was just, I was like, what? Huh? What's going on? And then, yeah, mystery lady shows up at the end.
Yeah, wearing all black. Pretty nice. She looks pretty good. Oh yeah, she looks pretty good. She is well drawn.
Very nice.
Very, very nice. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty decent book. It is missing some elements there, but again, I think this is the first of a new arc, so that's kind of just build up at this point in time. You got to stop yawning, man, because it's gonna
yawning.
Yeah, yawning. Yanni.
Those Yanni hits.
Yeah, Yanni hits, man.
Yeah. So I liked the Wally Weston.
Yeah, I liked the beginning of the book. It was fantastic.
But just like he definitely needs to put more work into that relationship. Mm-hmm. So it's more like
the other Wally West.
Yes.
More like a family.
Uh-huh.
So, which in order to do that, he's gonna make up the Iris, because that's gonna be, the point.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I think that's the big in right there.
We'll see.
I give it a strong buy.
I give it a strong buy, not a contender. All right. Next up, we have X-Men Bleh.
Okay. Yeah. That works.
Number 13. Written by Cullen Bunn. Jorge Molina is the artist. Matt Milla is the color artist. And Joe Caramagna. Caramagna. I'm going to have to figure out how to say his damn name.
Yeah.
He's the letterer. So, we got, the Mojo. Everybody's in the Mojo-verse.
Yes, the Mojo-verse.
I mean, that's the best way to put it. I mean, we have Cyclops fighting the Days of Future Past people and blowing up some Sentinels and stuff. He's with
Prestige,
or the classic Phoenix, from the Days of Future Past.
She looks so awesome.
Yeah, because she was a Hellhound in that timeline.
All bondagey.
Yeah, with the spikes and stuff. Dude, it was beast, man. Because that's the costume she wore when she was first in Excalibur, and wow. Yeah. Anyway, Rachel. So the Sentinels have Mojo faces coming out of their eyes and stuff. So
yeah, he reveals himself. I mean, they figured it out, so they're calling him out, and he's like, "Yeah, this is what's going on," and he does it so that he gets more viewership.
Yeah, and one of the X-Men dies. It's Bloodstorm. I mean, she's been around for one issue, and now she's dead. I mean,
yeah, like it was one of those where, like, you're like, what the hell? But at the same time, you're like, I'm not in love with her. Like, she's new, so
who cares?
I kind of don't care as much, And
then we have Old Man Logan and Storm and Angel, going after some Frost Giants and stuff and whatnot. And then, of course, Team 3, which is Nightcrawler, Jean Grey, Beast, Hudson, and Colossus.
Oh, and I love how Jean Grey looks like.
They're in like this demon dimension for the Inferno, saga.
I feel like she looks like the Black Queen, doesn't she?
Well, she's the Goblin Queen, yes.
Yes.
She's dressed up like Madeline Pryor would be dressed up.
Yeah.
And everybody's just still watching this on their phones, on their TVs and stuff. And Spidey's even got a cameo in this thing, and so do some of the Avengers and stuff. They're trying to help out and break out the X-Men, and it's just not really doing it. And Mojo's got this nice little wheel here where it gives you the Dark Phoenix Saga, the Fall of the Mutants, the Rumble in the Outback, the Messiah Complex, the Age of X, the Mutant Massacre, the Riot of Xavier. I can't read it. I want to be able to read it. So he spins the wheel, and it's going to be like what comes next. And then we have Long Shot.
Yes,
Long
and
Shot.
He's on his own now, and he has like his own
television,
his own show or whatever that he's doing like a side thing. Yeah.
And then we are revealed to the big bad of the show, which is the Magnus himself.
Asteroid M, right? I think they're doing.
Yep, so, Asteroid M.
I love that game.
Which that is the whole Wolverine gets his claws and adamantium ripped out saga. That's where they're pulling it from, is the Fatal Attractions. So, hey, I'm going to read it.
I love it.
I like it. It's great.
It's retro and it's
noir retro. Let's put it that way. So strong by contender for me,
without a doubt, for sure.
All right, you got DC Comics up next.
Batman Detective Comics 966. It's $2.99. We have, I believe, the same creative team it has been for a while. It's James Tynion IV, for sure, as a writer. Eddie Barrows on pencils. Iber Ferreira as inks. Adriano Lucas on colors. Sal Cipriano letters. And so this one, oh man. So this one is Gotham City many tomorrows from now. This ends up being the Batman.
The Tim Drake Batman.
Tim Drake Batman. Yes, it is so interesting. And so
he's telling his story while they're fighting Doomsday. That's kind of the short and simple of it.
Yeah. Yeah. How Tim Drake
becomes the
Robin. Red Robin?
Red Robin.
And Tim Drake Batman are joining up together. Yeah. And he's like, he explains it while they're evading this Doomsday. I love this, like the Nightwing symbol mashed up with Batman, like of Nightwing becoming Batman, and they explain like, oh, this is why he's no longer Batman, and oh yeah, Jason Todd did this, and Damian did this and stuff, and so I had to stop him, and that's why I ended up him. But this Batman is also finding out like there's consequences, so he can alter the future.
Yeah.
So that he doesn't actually end up as Batman.
Yeah. And Soups takes care of Doomsday.
Projection of Soups.
But yeah.
So
it's weird. It's a great, compelling story. It's what we needed to know about this character all in one issue. Now we don't have any questions to worry about it for the remainder of the arc while he's still around.
Yeah.
It's a strong buy, but it's still missing that one thing, so it's not a contender. As much as I love Tim Drake and his detective skills and chemistry with himself, it's just not good for me.
Well, I don't know how it plays into everything else, but I love this issue.
Oh, the art's fantastic.
And the art is amazing. So I'm going to give it a strong buy contender.
Okay. Alrighty.
Now, I'm not going to review this book because you reviewed it last week, which is Avengers. And this is a legacy book. It's Avengers 672. And that's the one that had the, the champions joining up, and they're doing, with the Avengers, and they're doing on all these tasks. Hey, some of them click, some of them don't. Some of them, they knock heads and others and stuff like that. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So, definitely a strong buy contender for this one. Here's a digital code for it if you want it. Grab it. F for Familia, C for Carlos, M for Marcos, 0, Y for Yucca, 2, 3, 1. 4, B for Barrio Nuevo, I for Ignacio, and Z for Azoro.
All right. Last but not least, we have Action Comics. What number is it?
989.
We have, crud.
It's the Oz Effect, Part 3.
Jurgens did the story and breakdown art. Victor Bogdanovich. Did I say it right?
That sounds good to me.
Did the pencils. Bogdanovich and Trevor Scott did the inks. Mike Spencer did the color, and Rob Lee did the letters. Okay. Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
Anyway, we have the continuation of Soups and his daddy.
Yeah, so Superman is going to save all these people of all this stuff that's going on. And
there's a bomber at the Daily Planet.
Yes, and Lois is like, let me tell your story so that it doesn't get,
misconstrued.
Yeah, convoluted, whatever. And so Superman's doing his thing, and she's like, oh, well, he always told me to type this one thing to signal for him if he was back at the Fortress of Solitude. And so, but she's like, I can't get this guy to look away. And so he does. She does her thing.
He looks away by shooting Steve in the freaking chest.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome though, because I hate Steve.
I hate him too.
But like you see that like he's not all bad, you know.
So he lets everybody out except for Lois.
And so she types it up, and yeah, she sends signal. And somebody else shows up.
And Jor-El shows up.
And it's really confusing because it's, I don't know. It's confusing. I don't know if it's dumb, too, because, like, we even had this discussion before, which is, like...
He's got kryptonite in his eye.
This is either an alternate version or there's somebody that is controlling this situation to be what it is. Because how is he alive if he has kryptonite in his eye? Like, it's in his, he would be dead.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing with kryptonite is like just being near it
makes you vulnerable and human.
Yeah, makes you ill. Like it kills them just being near it. So if it's in him, why would he not be dead right now? Like, you would get kryptonite poisoning.
Yeah.
And die. So that doesn't really make sense. Even
much like Lex Luthor did back in the day, remember?
They even went over that when they did this previous version too, because like remember his powers were nullified or whatever because of that.
Yeah.
Partially. So and then so it's weird though because Lois is slowly getting convinced, and so is
Jonathan,
and even Clark is like convinced. He's getting convinced of his message as well as who he is.
Yeah. So
I think that's kind of dumb just because I'm like, why?
I don't know.
So
this isn't as good as I thought it would be.
But we'll see. I feel like you have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I mean, he's Mr. Oz. I mean, he's not Ozymandias like I thought it was going to be. And that's kind of a letdown, but this is definitely an interesting take on what's going on here. I give it a bye.
I still give it a strong bye, but there's no way.
There's no way it's contender.
There's no way.
So, that's our books for the week. I already know mine. My first runner-up is actually The Amazing Spider-Man number 789. I mean, the whole thing with the what was it? I can't remember. Mockingbird. There we go. I couldn't remember her name there. The chemistry with Mockingbird was great. I loved it. It was the fallout from the fall of Parker Industries. It's the start of a new saga. Some decent writing, good art. I like it. So that's my runner-up. My back and bag of the week is Metal. I mean, Metal number 3 is just awesome. I mean, that book just keeps knocking it out of the park. Scott Snyder, Capullo, you guys are great. Keep up the good work. I hope this continues on for at least another, let's just say, what number 3? Or let's say 7 more issues. Give me 7 more issues of this. I'll be happy.
So I don't know how long it's supposed to run, but I like the issues itself. But time-wise, I want them to drag it out as long as rarely.
Give me a 10-issue arc. I'll be fine.
Very, very rarely am I like, I want an event to be dragged out, but this is so good. And I'm like, drag it out, put as many tie-ins as you can because those tie-ins are so metal and they're so wicked. And I just love it. Yeah, it's so awesome. Yeah.
I like the code.
Metal is definitely the
back and bag?
Back and bag, for sure, without a doubt.
See, now let's explain the code now, since we can talk about it with the spoilers and stuff. Okay? So the code is CD. Okay. All right. That's the code, CD. However, in the song, they were playing DC, which is the code backwards. Superman thought it was, hey, this is Bruce trying to get a hold of me. Instead, it's Bruce trying to say, stay the hell away.
Yeah.
Listen to Damian. Listen to Dick. They had the right idea. No, suit played right into Barbados' hands. Right into him. So, yeah. It's a great way.
And it's surprising because there's like a lot of just talking in this.
Yeah.
So you think you'd be like, oh, this is boring. But it didn't feel that way at all.
No.
You're like, this is stuff that we wanted. And yeah, I just want more tie-ins and more everything. Like
more
all
metal.
of this. Yeah, just more metal.
Like metal?
Just
like
more metal. So yeah, for sure. Without a doubt.
So what's your runner-up?
My runner-up, though, I'm going to go with all new Wolverine, number 25. It was really awesome. Like, I just love the retelling of her origin
from her point of view.
So yeah, definitely. It was pretty messed up. It was pretty twisted. It was really emotional. So yeah, it was really, really great. So
yeah.
The other one, the other one before that was definitely has to be Renew Your Vows, though. That one was that was just so
great art,
so
great
fun.
Storytelling. I'll pick it up next issue because it's the start of a new arc.
Yeah, and that's what I was like. I don't know if I should get this one, get the next one, but yeah, I'm glad I did because it was.
It gives you an idea, an expectation of what the story's about.
Yeah, and how it is.
How they start off with new costumes now in the next issue.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I like that different look. Like I said, different, new, but still some of the same. Yeah.
The more things change, the more things stay the same.
But yeah, because we have Spidey in the classic, Mary Jane. I did like her seeing her in the Venom suit, though. That was cool. But yeah,
anime.
Mm-hmm. And the little kid, like it was like armor, kind of. It was neat.
Well, she's got this helmet mask in the old classic because she's a kid.
Yeah.
And now she's proved herself, so that's why she's earned a Domino mask instead of a baby helmet.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was fantastic. Tell us what your B-Bow was, as well as what you thought of these other books. I've already read, I think, all of the DC stuff for the new week. And so tomorrow I'm going to get the Marvel stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to get the Marvel stuff. And so I'll probably be giving away a lot of those digital codes away that I didn't give away here for the Marvel throughout the week through the group. So that's why you should be part of the group. That's why you should be part of Twitter.
Facebook.
That's why you should be on Tumblr, because I'm going to try to hit all of them. Instagram even. I'll throw a code up on there. I should do more codes on the Instagram.
Yeah.
And see how that goes.
And check us out this weekend at Santa Fe Comic-Con. Come out, say hello. Hit us up if you want some trivia. We'll be bringing comic books like we always do.
Casey Jones, that's the other one that I'm going to do, is the cartoon comic, the newer comic cartoon. Okay. Casey Jones. That's the other third one I'm gonna try to do. I don't have much that I need to do for it, so yeah. Sorry.
Nice. Okay.
Random. But yeah, so that was the thing that I forgot that I was gonna, I think, go on about. But yeah, so we hope to see you all there. So talk nerdy to me.
This guy too.
Talk nerdy to us. We'll talk nerdy to you. And keep your ojos hungry, foe.
Comics.
Comets?